Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. I got a call from Budget Betty today. She'd like to know what kind of a meal she can make before she goes grocery shopping. So I've got some ideas here. I think today I'm going to make some KRAFT of the dinner, and I'm going to add some beef, and I'm going to add some cheese, and a whole bunch of other delicious ingredients. So I'm just going to turn my camera around so that you guys can see what I'm working with here, and then we'll get cooking. Alright, so I've got most of my ingredients right in front of you here. I've got some garlic cloves, I've got some cheese, got parsley flakes, my grater that I lovely grated the cheese with. I've got skim milk, but you guys can use whatever kind of milk you want, your salt and pepper, and this wonderful ingredient list. I'm just going to pause there for a second so that you guys can pause and look at the list as you need it. So I've also got some ground beef that I've thawed. So back to my face, hello. I'm going to be putting it into a pan that I've let some oil heat up in. So I'm just going to drop that in. You can hear the sizzling right away. So what you want to do is you want to grab whatever you can. Really, you can use tongs, you can use a wooden spoon, whatever you want is something you can use. So I'm just going to flip you around again so you can see the ground beef. All right, so as you can see, it's a little bit frozen, which isn't the biggest deal. You just gotta let it sit here for a little while and do its thing. Alright, so just leave that go in there. Leave that, and then you can flip it around a few times, but we'll just leave that alone for a little while. So I've got my water boiling here, and I've salted my water. So I'm just gonna take you guys with me on this little trip. You can take a peek at our ground beef, and then you're gonna look at my floor for a second. I'm gonna go around to here, and you're gonna see that I have all of my other ingredients ready to go. So I've got my KRAFT of the dinner here, and I'm just going to pop it open here so that you guys can see what I'm going to be doing. And while you're looking at me, you can stare at the ground beef here and see how it's slowly starting to brown, which is really good. You want it to brown just before you flip it. It's a lot easier to do if you just kind of let it cook first and then you flip it. It's also a lot easier if you let it thaw, but since Budget Betty kind of caught me off guard, I'm doing a little bit of a last second kind of throw everything together and show her what we can do. So I'm just going to pop in my macaroni into this pot here. Alright, make sure all that goodness is in there. And just to make sure you're not using the same wooden spoon ever when it comes to raw meat. So just grab a clean wooden spoon, give that a little toss. All right, beautiful. And you can leave that alone for a little while. So let's go back to our ground beef here. You can see that it's coming apart nicely and breaking apart. It's actually a lot easier too if you use a pan and a wooden spoon that has a flat edge to it. It's a lot easier. So I'm just going to leave this and let this thaw a little bit. And once everything is thawed and once my meat is cooked, I will let you guys see part 2 and you guys can see me assembling things. All right, we'll see you guys in a minute.